Karma, they say, is a bitch. He left me on our traditional wedding day for my best friend, and he also left her the same way. Open brackets. I am so happy in my spirit. Close brackets. Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Precious here again. If this is your first time passing through my YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe, okay? And if you're my returning viewer, you have subscribed to this channel and you always come in to support by liking, commenting, and sharing. Thank you so much. And if you passed through my channel before and you know deep down that you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, okay? I bet you never regret it. Thank you. And for the story I have for you guys today, as always, I bring you interesting true life stories, people that want advice, and equally people that are just sharing their stories for people to learn from. So sit back and enjoy. The night before our traditional wedding, I was on a video call with this man. We were both happy we were finally going to be together forever. He said several times that he couldn't wait for me to be his wife. He kept talking about the things we were going to do once we get married. Everything he said and did seemed genuine. Nothing gave away his true intentions. I woke up the next morning excited for my big day. We were having the introduction and wedding on the same day. Immediately I woke up the next day, I called his number. There was no response, and I thought he was just busy with some things. The ceremony was taking place in my father's house. I got dressed up, did my makeup and everything. I called again and he still did not respond. It was almost time and I still have not heard anything from him. I called his mom and asked of him, and she told me to hold on, that she would get back to me. I didn't hear again from her for more than 2 hours. I called one of his friends and his number was switched off. I started getting worried because at this point, my people were pressuring me and asking me where the groom was. The crowd was starting to arrive, and at this point, I was getting very anxious and frustrated. My man's number was not going through anymore. I was in my room almost in tears when my little sister told me someone was looking for me. It was my fiance's big sister. She said they've not been able to reach him since yesterday night and that he just reached out to them now about an hour ago to tell them that he cannot go through with the marriage anymore. Ha! I almost fainted. I asked her why and where was he. Why didn't he tell me this straight to my face? I ran into tears and wept like a baby. My best friend, who was my maid of honor, called my parents into their room and told them the news. I was in a daze and didn't even know what was going on around me. And all this while, I kept calling this man. I wanted to hear the news from him, but his number was switched off. I didn't hear anything from him for almost 1 month. His family came to apologize a day after, claiming they've not even seen him or heard anything from him. My best friend was there for me every step of the way, and I don't know what I would have done without her. He finally called me 1 month later to apologize, but I was done. I didn't want to hear anything from him. I just told him to leave me alone and cut the line. This happened last year in March. And then in February this year, I heard my ex-fiancé was getting married to my best friend. My ex-fiancé, who left me at the altar, was getting married to my best friend of 10 years. Hmm. She was like a sister to me, who was also my maid of honor. And at the time I heard about the news, I was not on good terms with my best friend. After my ex-fiancé left me on our wedding day, she was there for me. She forced me to eat, cried with me, stayed with me for weeks. She told me that he was an asshole and that I deserved better. But then, a couple of months after he left, she started getting distant. She stopped picking up my calls, and whenever I tried to meet her, she would give me an excuse after the other. I kept reaching out, and she kept pulling away. It got to a point where I stopped trying altogether. I was still hurting and trying to heal, and so I just decided to focus on myself and my well being. I remember texting her once and asking her why she had grown so distant. She texted back and she said she had her own problems she was dealing with and that I should stop making everything all about myself. So I stopped trying to reach her after then. I was left on my wedding day in March, and in July, I got closer to one of my brother's friends. He had always been interested in me, but I was already in a relationship before he told me about his feelings. And after my ex fiancé left, he was there for me. I was not ready for any relationship at all then, and he was ready to wait for me. I started developing feelings for him, and we officially started dating in October last year. I had known him all my life, so I felt safe with him. And up until today, he's the best man I've ever been with. When my ex abandoned me on our wedding day, I thought it was the worst thing that had ever happened to me. But now I see it as a blessing because this man treats me 100 times better than my ex ever did. Now, in February this year, I met my ex fiance's sister who told me his brother was getting married again. I was just passing on my own and I greeted her. And I don't even know why she had to tell me. She told me she wanted me to hear it from her first before I hear it from anybody else. His brother was getting married to my best friend. That was the only part that shocked me. She said she would have told me earlier, but because I was grieving, she didn't want to make my situation worse. She said my best friend has been visiting her brother alone, even when we were still dating. She had asked her brother if something more was going on between them, and he said no. But a few days before our crashed marriage, she caught her leaving his house very late at night, but she didn't want to cause confusion. That is why she did not tell me anything. She told me they were getting married. I just nodded and walked past her. I was happy now where I am. I really felt betrayed by my best friend, but I finally understood why she distanced herself from me. I didn't even tell anyone this news. I just moved on with my life. Then, few weeks later, I received a long text from my friend. She was informing me of her marriage to my ex-fiancé. She said after he left me on our wedding day, she didn't know how it happened, but they fell in love and they are getting married. She included that she wanted to tell me before I hear it from anyone else. She added that she's sorry if I feel betrayed. Blah, 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 blah. I just blocked her number after reading the message. I was in a good place in my life and I didn't want any drama. They were supposed to get married on the 21st of February. And guess what? He left her at the altar too. Last week Sunday, I was in the house when I heard a knock on my door. It was her. She's heavily pregnant. Immediately she saw me, she broke into tears, asked me if I have heard the news. The only thing I said to her was, "What are you doing here?" She started crying, saying that she should have learned from what happened to me and that she hadn't heard from him since he left her at the altar. She said she thought her own would be different. Okay. She was still talking when I told her to shut up and leave my house. What did she want me to say or do to her? She broke into tears again and said she couldn't believe I would turn my back on her when she needed me the most. She moved on to say She was there for me when I was going through the same thing. Ah, audacity. I asked her if she thought I was a fool. Did she think I didn't hear they were seeing each other behind my back when we were still together? She said I should forgive her, that she has missed me and what we had. She said I shouldn't let a man destroy our friendship. Oh, wow. This is interesting. I walked her out of my house, warned her never to contact me again, went inside my house and locked the door. Some of our friends have actually reached out to me asking me to forgive her since we've been friends for years, and she has regretted what she did. But I kept saying no. I don't want to have anything to do with her ever again. Do you think I am overreacting? She was there for me too when I was hurting. I feel guilty. What do you think? Hey, Jesus. Guys, this one long. Guys, if you made it to this point, thank you so much for sticking around because this was a long ride. And if you know you have any contribution, any advice, anything at all you want to drop for this person, please do well to drop it in the comment section. And if you know you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel up to this time, please do well to subscribe, like this video if you've not, and share to your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.